Welcome to MistyBiology. Let's learn something new. Today I will talk about the herd immunity. So let's see this. Here I have taken this picture. In this picture, this baby elephant is protected from the lion's attack when he is surrounded by these big elephants. That means he is getting benefit of living in the herd. Same thing happens with the herd immunity. Are you guys confused? Why am I giving this example to explain this topic? So let's know more about this herd immunity. So first let's see the introduction. Here the herd meaning is the group of animals living together, and the immunity here means the ability of the body to fight against the infection by developing the antibodies, right? So next is the definition. When most of the people are immune to an infectious disease, then this provides an indirect protection to the people who are not immune to the disease. Let me simplify this by seeing this example. Here this person who is neither vaccinated nor he has antibodies for the infection, but still he is protected because the people around him are immune to the infectious disease. That means he is getting an indirect benefits, right? There is a little difference between the infectious disease and the contagious disease. The infectious disease spread from the infectious agent, and these agents can be virus, bacteria, fungi, etc. While the contagious disease spread from person to person. This contagious disease is also kind of infectious disease. Sometimes this infections is not contagious. That means it doesn't spread from person to person. If I take the example of the food poisoning is a kind of infectious, but it is not contagious. That means food poisoning doesn't spread from person to person, right? So how can we get this herd immunity? We have two options. Either a large proportion of the population gets infected. That means a lot of people will develop the antibodies. However, a lot of people will also die who have the weak immune system. Keeping present situation in mind, COVID-19 carries a much higher risk severe disease or even death. So achieving herd immunity through this option will be very challenging. Okay, so the second option we have is effective vaccines. How vaccine will help to get this herd immunity, we will see in the next slide. This picture, these white circles represent the uninfected people. These yellow circles represent the asymptomatic people or the person who has mild symptoms, while these red color circles represent the vulnerable people or the people who have higher risk of infection. Here the infection spreads from this chain of transmission to these vulnerable people. Though the infection doesn't affect these asymptomatic people compared to these vulnerable people, where it might lead to death. This is the case when there is no vaccines available in the population. In the second case, here, when the vaccines are available, these green circles represent the vaccinated people, right? Here the infection no longer spreads to these vaccinated people. That means chain of transmission is stopped by these vaccinated people. Here these susceptible people are neither vaccinated nor they have antibodies, but still they are protected because of these vaccinated people, right? Do you think this herd immunity work for all the disease? The answer is no. If I take the example of tetanus, which is caused by the bacterium Clostridium tetani, if the person is not vaccinated, then he will get the tetanus infection. Doesn't matter if people around him are vaccinated or not, right? So that was all about the herd immunity. Thank you.